Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be discussing how we were able to scale a client to $650,000 per month in the last 30 days. I'm going to show you in just a second with 4 major scaling UGC strategies, and also how we leverage market research to come up with new creative concepts that actually work, and we are 100% sure that they will work. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to break down multiple things, so make sure to stick until the end. Watch the entire video, take notes, and with no further ado, let's get right into the video as usual. Great, so let's get into the video as usual. Here's the proof. In the last 30 days exactly, and we're probably gonna scale this even further as we get into December, but we scaled quite aggressively to $651,000. And the reason why I want to show you share this case study is because this is a seasonal brand, so it does very good in during maybe 3, 4, sometimes even 5 times during the year. So it's not like a brand that it's super duper consistent throughout the year. But whenever we do scale, like in this example, to let me just see the sales here. We scale to 30, 40, 50, 60, over 60, $63,000 in sales in a single day. The creative work could be a hurdle if you don't have the right systems, processes, and frameworks that you are sure that are going to work. And so that's what I'm going to do in this video. So first of all, let me just refresh before we move on, so we get the proof out of the way. Cool. So this is basically it. And if we just look at yesterday, I think we're already descaling a little bit. Actually not, we're still getting there, but yeah, it's 20% lower than the day before. So 52,000 was yesterday, and we're probably going to continue this as we get into Christmas, and hopefully it sticks until the start of next year. Okay, so this is just some proof. Let me just go over the free form and share a couple of things. So what I'm going to do in this video is share 2 major things. That's what I want to discuss: market research, which is the principle. I'm going to go through the foundational principles that we use to leverage ideas that we already know and are confident that are going to work. Essentially, if you don't know how to do your market research, this is the right video, because I'm going to bring you through some strategies that we use to study the competition, understand what works, understand how you should speak to your customers. All these things are really, I would say, let's call them detrimental towards actually getting a profitable, or creating and processing profitable creatives in the first place. If you don't know how to do your research, it's really hard to do anything else, especially in ecom, because everything moves very fast. Okay, and plus you should do research regardless in whatever business you are in. Okay, so then what I'm going to discuss is 4 major UGC scaling strategies. Why am I going to talk about UGC? I'm going to talk about UGC because that is the major leverage point that we use for this brand. We did run some statics as well, but UGC videos worked super well, and is probably what got us the best ROI. Now we also did use statics, and we also use statics, to be honest, and which contributed to the $650,000 in revenue that we generated for this brand. But in this video, I want to talk specifically about UGC because it also is a very requested topic, and there's a lot of confusion and misconception behind how to structure it and how to work about it. The first step before doing UGC is market research. So let me just go and read you through a couple things here. Now, if you want, as I say here, if you want to succeed in this game, you need to start with the frameworks that are already proven to work in the market. This is by far the fastest way to start getting results. Reinventing the wheel doesn't make any sense, especially if you're starting out. You shouldn't be reinventing the wheel. You should utilize whether it's frameworks when it comes to landing pages, offers, frameworks of the video, scripts. You should model what is already proven to work in the market. And if it's your direct competitor that you're studying, that's even better, because you're literally seeing in real time what's working for them, right? And there's tools that we leverage called Archa, which I'm going to go through in just a second. Now, as you can tell, I have quite a lot of things to speak about, specifically about UGC, and just some frameworks that I want to touch base. But before we do that, let me bring you through Archa and also other leverage points that we use to do, for example, the product market awareness research, and then the competitor research. And I should also add customer mining research, which I'm going to briefly cover. and then which, these three things I would say allow us then to understand where we should spend our time and what resources we should spend our time in, and also what type of scripts should we be utilizing for the UGC the creative strategy. Okay, so let me start over here. Let me start with Ultra first of all. And so Ultra is an absolutely great tool because, as you can see over here, oh, and by the way, before I even go into talking about Ultra, and very quickly what I want to show you about Ultra is this is just the ad account, just so you know that I'm not BSing or anything, but I mean, you already know that I'm not BSing, but if you just look at the last 30 days, just to show you how much the brand spent, they did spend approximately $244,000. Now there was also some Google into it, but not too much, because Google is kind of only going to scale if Facebook scales in the first place, or any social media platform. And so 244, let's just say, 600, if we divide 650 divided by 244, then the proportion between the revenue and the ad spend is around like 2.6. If we put even Google in, it's closer to like 2.3, maybe 2.4. And people ask me if that's even profitable in the first place, and it 100% is, especially for this brand, because they have very low fixed cost. They actually don't have any fixed costs other than like paying us and maybe one or two other employees in the company. And their break even is like 1.55 or like 1.5 to be conservative. And so this is really, really profitable. And I just wanted to be transparent on the ad spend as well, just so we have the full picture here. Moving forward, so this is just an example. Feel is a great company. Sometimes we funnel hack them to see what they're doing. But essentially, why am I showing you this? This is a great tool because you can go in here and you can study and funnel hack competitors. I'm not going to go super too much in depth on here because I honestly speak about this tool many times, but you can filter by active status. You can do and filter by longest running ads, because we know that they're the most profitable. And then we can have a very good understanding and say, okay, I see that this ad has been running since March, and this is like a featured in image ad, right? And we can basically go ahead and analyze the entire spectrum. Then we can also filter, of course, by video or format. So let's just do video, right? And as you can see, they're running quite a lot of videos. And then what you can do here is basically, that this ad has been running since 2023. So it probably means that it generated probably millions of dollars at this point. And you can transcribe the script. And this is how we also come up, you see 496 days. And this is also how we come up with ideas with scripts. So if we had a supplement company, for example, that was a client and that was a direct competitor of Feel, we would go into Feel, understand what is working for them, why that is the case, and then come up with similar scripts that we can just transcribe over here. I'm not going to do it right now, but you get you get the gist of the conversation here. And then you can also create similar scripts. You can give the AI a couple details about your brand so that it can repurpose the script using the same framework of this existing proven to work script for your own brand. So this is why we use Ultra mainly. We also use it for other things, but this is part of the competitor research. Now, I also, since we're here talking about competitor research, I want to talk about another couple of things. What we focus on primarily as we onboard new clients, especially as we onboard new clients, is something that we like to call a market awareness, a product market and awareness research. We're essentially doing a research on the product to know as much detail as possible. Product on the market, so that we can connect the product and the market to achieve product market fit, right? And then we do a research on awareness. What is the level of awareness of this product? How many stages of awareness can we utilize to sell this product, and what are the best ones, right? And so basically we have this huge research. As you can see, we talk about average customers, most aware, product aware, basically the entire solution aware, problem aware, the entire funnel, and the 5 stages and 5 stages of levels of awareness. And so, as you can see here, we do in-depth research on all of these stages because it's really, really important. And we also answer questions like, let's go through an example here. The who, the what, and the why. The emotion, the logic, the fear, the reaction. What do they feel like when they see the product? Is it, fear? Is it pleasure? The 3 primals, so fears. we do a research about fear and how we can connect the product to that emotion, right? Same with desires. So basically what we end up having here is a full-on research, a documental research, almost scientific research, we can call it. So it sounds like a college essay here, but we use this information to then come up with angles and do a bunch of research. And on top of this, we also do something called customer mining, where we go on, like, if you don't have like your I don't know, your product is not on Amazon and you don't have Amazon reviews, you can maybe go and find either a similar product or a very similar product or a direct competitor that is on Amazon, and then you can use tools on Amazon with AI to essentially scrape all of the information of their reviews, and then it will give you a report with, like, you know, some ad concepts that you can test based on what people are saying. What is the buying motivations of people based on the reviews? What is the use case? Is it in this case, this product and this research, the AI understood that most people buy it because of their children's bedtime, morning relaxation, home office breaks, nightly events, companionships for anxious individuals, stuff like that. And then we can also, it breaks down by like what's good, what needs to be improved. The shorter battery lifetime is 100%. So for example, this is a perfect indication of something that we would include in a copy, whether it's ad copy or also within the hook of the video or within the script of the video. We would first of all improve the product to make sure that it's the best quality that we can probably have and we don't have a short battery life. But because we know that most people have this fear, we can talk about it. Like, this is just, of course, an example, right? It's maybe not the best hook to talk about battery life because people don't even care. They care about the product and if it helps them solve their problem. But this is just an example. You get the point. Then motivation and expectations, like purchase motivations. These are the the purchase motivations. So loneliness, comfort seeking, anxiety management, ADHD, stuff like that. And so you basically have a very good understanding of how you need to address, and what words you need to address to convert people, and what is their speaking language and what tone you need to use as well, and what you need to touch base on to allow that conversion to happen in the first place. Okay, I hope this makes sense, because this is a really important process that allows us to come up with new ideas. Okay, and then on top of that, whenever we gather all of this information, we put everything into a sheet where we track. We come up with new angles that we want to test in the future, and then along with all different creative concepts based on our competitors and just based on like what we know works, along with like inspirational links so that we can go in here and never forget what a review ad is or an unboxing video is. We can always have that extra piece of information and example so that we can study it and understand what we mean by these, especially my team, as they do a lot of they deal with a lot of different things, so it's always good to have them reminders. And then we have like a list. We also would fill out a list of hooks, which we take inspiration from a structured list of hooks that we have. If you want this, we share it with the community. It's super valuable because it gives you a good structure on how to do hooks, and the hooks are very, very important. Okay, so as you can tell, we do a lot on the research side. There's a lot that we do. We do customer mining, we do product market awareness research, right? Then based on our learnings, we put everything into the sheet. We do our hooks, our angles, our creative concepts, and then, and only then, once we did all of this, we come up with we leverage the 4 major UGC scaling strategies, assuming we just want to do UGC, right? We would use it for all of the marketing things, including ad copy, designing landing pages. That's why we do the research in the first place. We want to leverage the research to improve all different areas of the business. But in this case, since we are speaking about UGC, let's go over this. So the first so there's like 4 major approaches that we use. Are these the only ones that we use? No, but I would say that they're the major ones. So let's talk about the storyboard strategy. And by the way, this is UGC approach. This is a UGC, user-generated content approach. So this is a strategy. So the purpose of this storyboard strategy is to test what Storyboard's framework work to scale. And it's like a beginner-friendly, and also you can use it for scaling. Okay, beginner stages. That's the stage of the business, or you can use it to scale. So you basically partner with a UGC person and you give them like 3 different hooks, 3 different storyboards. And a storyboard, as you can tell over here, is essentially the entire framework of the video. So the hook, the problem pain, this is what you would give the UGC creator, right? So they know not exactly what they need to say, but like what topics they need to cover as they go through the video and at what stages. So first there's the hook, then there's the problem pain, product introduction. So we always provide a storyboard whenever we do these type of collaborations where we send something to we want to work with one creator and we have them do one specific video, right? And typically this also works well. When we want to kind of test the waters and understand what is the best storyboard that works. But also, if I have to be honest, this is not my personal favorite way to test, because there are also better ways and cheaper ways to test multiple different storyboards at the same time. Why do we want to test the storyboards in the first place? Well, the storyboard will contribute to around 60-70% of the success of the video. Like, yes, the creator is really important, but chances are, like, you know, I assume that you have a pretty good understanding of what you're looking for when it comes to creators, and you can find the best creator. Now, some creators will work better than others just because of presentational skills, tonality, charisma, things that we cannot explain sometimes. And so, but the priority should be the script, because this is going to be the most powerful thing. Now, yeah, this is basically it for this kind of strategy. So you work with one creator and you give them multiple storyboards, and then based on what sticks, let's just say this one is the proven one, then you can go ahead and partner with other creators and continue leveraging this. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. Moving forward to avatar creator approach. Now, the purpose of this is to test different avatar content creators. Okay, once we find that winning script, right, for example, at a second stage, we can use the same script, but maybe work with different avatar customers. Now, this could be the same. Actually, let me not say that. This is essentially the main avatar customer. So let's just say this is like let's just say you have multiple personas within your brand. So you serve the 25 to 35-year-old or like the 45-year-old. So this is a perfect example of different avatar customers. So this would be maybe a white 25-year-old girl. This would be dark skin, 35-year-old woman or whatever. This would be a man, maybe doing like, if it's like a woman product, you maybe want to test an angle where you're testing and you're promoting to men because they want to buy a gift to their girlfriend. I don't know, stuff like that. You get the point. But you should test all of your avatar customer types. And specifically, if it doesn't fit with how you want to test your script, meaning that the script is specifically for one persona, one avatar type, right, which is in most cases, then you should shift and just test different types of creators that are within the same kind of guideline. For example, females, and within a same type of like age bracket. Maybe the storyboard here that you created is specifically touching base on one issue that young women face, or which is maybe not what older women face. So if that is the case, just test different faces. Test different body types, as much as weird as that may sound, but just test different avatar customers so that you can find the winners, and then you understand what actually works. Okay, look, funny enough, we've actually noticed that for a client, Asian women that had like super because they're also selling like a product for hair, super like thin and black hair, really resonated with the market. So Asian was kind of the perfect avatar customer. We tried also American women, and we tried people with accents, but the Asian demographic was the one that was giving us the best results. And then you can scale with similar creators, which is the entire point of this kind of approach. Let's move on to another approach, UGC mashup strategy. UGC mashup strategy is really works almost all the time, because at this point we are essentially we also use these for social proof, essentially get people into that extra or next stage where they want to buy. And essentially what we do is that we put all of our UGC videos into one master UGC folder, and we kind of recreate other videos by putting them all together. So let me just read this. Once we have a foundation and several UGC videos, it's time to do some mashups. This is where we combine certain elements of different UGC videos to create a new video. So these types of videos are great for showcasing social proof, as I said before, and to retarget potential customers that are in the middle or the bottom of the funnel. So they're maybe on the fence, they are not sure that they want to pull the trigger, and then maybe showing them like a mashup UGC video will allow them to get to that next stage, which is essentially where they purchase, right? Because they maybe need reassurance and they want to see more social proof, and this is how we do it. This is not only for bottom of funnel or middle of funnel. You can use it for also top of funnel. I would test that as well. But this is just a great strategy if you're looking to get to the UGC space. think about doing these mashups because they work very, very, very well. Okay. Cool. Hopefully you got the point. This is my absolute favorite strategy, which is the cheapest one, and it's beginner friendly. It's also, we use it to scale quite often, and it's the AI B-roll strategy. I've always spoken about this, and this is also a strategy that all of these strategies we've been using for this client to get those results over the last, at this point, years, because we've been working with this client for a while. But this strategy, this AI B-roll strategy, is one of my favorites because it involves the same amount of budget, but you get much more. The only caveat here, as I always say, is that you need a very good video editor and creative strategist to put these things all together, because what the strategy revolves around is having UGC people record B-rolls, and then after they record the B-rolls, we put them into a mega B-roll folder, and then we basically have our copywriter that writes the scripts on the sidelines and then gives it to the video editors, and then the video editors need to basically combine all these pieces of B-rolls and put them together to create the storyline. And by doing this, we can essentially recreate as many scripts and video ads as we want, and then of course we can change the visuals and how people are going through the script with different B-rolls. What is the B-roll? A B-roll is the 3 to 5, sometimes 7-second scene of somebody going through an emotion or a hard time, or somebody opening the product, doing a demo of the product, being happy, being sad. They're essentially scenes so that we can put them all together, and because they're such different scenes, we can recreate our own story. I've spoken about this concept many, many times, but it's definitely one of my favorites. I wouldn't be speaking about it every single time if it didn't work for us, and it actually does. And then you can also leverage AI to do some of these B-rolls if you want, especially for hooks. There's tools like Arc Ads, which I mentioned in my previous video, which is where you can sign up and there's a text-to-speech feature. Let me just show you very quickly. Over here, Arc Ads, and essentially what you do is that, I think it's like $5 or $10 per video, and then you can recreate avatar customers. These people are all AI.
Ready to level up your photo game? Let this app work its magic.
So this is an AI which you could use for a hook. For example, if you don't want to resend the product to another creator to test like 5 different hooks, you can just do it with AI to like be fast and prove a concept, and then you can do all the rest later. So I think we're getting into an era where AI is really, it's not replacing the current creative, but it's really, really supporting it, especially with the scripts here. That's already something that people have been doing for a while. And now we're also getting into AI UGC videos, which is just gonna make the entire process way, way cheaper. Nowadays, if you want to just partner with one experienced creator and have them forget about the B-rolls, but have them do like a UGC video, it's gonna cost you like $150, $200, $250, sometimes even $500 for like one video and 3 hooks. So it can really stack up, and I think with AI and how things are going with AI right now, it's just gonna make the entire content creation process faster and cheaper, like AI traditionally does. And it's gonna, the shift is gonna be revolved around, okay, let's partner and work with an agency or an individual that can actually work with AI to save me time and money and still produce ads that are profitable. That's what we're getting into. Okay. Now, why did I spend a bunch of 20 minutes ranting about UGC and scaling strategies? Because we focus on creative. 80%, 90% of our time goes towards creative strategy and market research. We spend only 10, 15, maybe 20% of our time when we're really scaling hard into the ad account, setting up infrastructures and ad account stuff. If you go through my channel, I barely speak about ad accounts, barely do. Most of my videos, 80% of my videos or more are talking about creatives and how you can leverage creatives and other aspects of the business to make media buying way more easier, and so that you can scale more and make more profits. Okay, that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one. Bye.